Hello, kia ora, malalele. My name's Taveake, barrister. I'm doing a series of talks just to introduce different types of aspects of thoughts and lines of a professional approach by lawyers, and to the need of lawyers to have mentoring and how to develop the structures of your own systems within yourself. You're developing your resilience, developing your abilities to go into the vocation of law, and it's aimed at people who are either fresh out of law school and graduated, or at the approaching doing the bar exam, or have been admitted to the bar and are looking at what are the next steps that I might need to take to advance and progress my career to where I want to be in my future. So one of the matters I wanted to talk about was taking care of yourself as counsel, taking care of yourself as a lawyer. And it might seem trite, but it is real. You have to look after yourself to be able to provide the best quality of service to your clients and to the courts and to communities and to society as a whole. And that's not an easy equation. So in terms of some of the mentors that I've had, they have inspired me to things like just keeping clear in my mind and keeping clear about my needs for my own health, my own nutrition needs, my own exercise needs, my own ongoing personal development, my own ongoing legal education. And a part of that is spiritual, and I'm not going to get into the spiritual element of it, and that's all up to you yourselves, your own individual mana, your own individual drive, your cultural background and your context will all inform that part of it. But those other points about keeping yourself well include things like, I remember a senior counsel once saying in a law society training conference about the challenges of working in the field of criminal law. And it was very interesting. He said, we deal at the interface of law, justice systems, communities, enforcement, executive enforcement. And in that role, we're privileged, but we're also at risk. He said, we're privileged to represent people or even to prosecute people, depending on which side of the crown you're acting on. But he said, in that compressed area, there you will come into contact with darkness. And he just said, there are dark forces out there, and there are people who act and behave in dark ways, who are subject to dark pressures. And he said, when I come home after work every day, and he's a tough guy, a very experienced barrister, done at least 200 or 300, several hundred jury trials. And he said, when I come home at the end of each day, I disrobe in my chambers, and then I go home and I leave that all there. Because when I go home, I need to have left that all behind me, and I let go of all that darkness and the anger, the anxiety, the fear, the loathing, because I need to take care of my own heart. And you can't quite hear that kind of conversation otherwise than with a mentor in a context. And yes, you can read it in books, but it is a real thing, and it is a real stress, and it is a real risk that if we as counsel don't look after ourselves, that we will, firstly, you've got to look after yourself. And that's a go nowhere sort of an equation if you don't. And whether you're in civil law, whether you're in commercial law, whether you're in criminal law, family law, refugee law, you will need to look after yourself. And that's something that mentors can help you with, because they will have, if they're experienced at the bar, they will have gone through it. And I have other ideas about how you can approach life to have regular good things in your life, wholesome things in your life, things that mean a lot to you and that will buoy you up in times when things are hard. So if you're interested in a further conversation about that, that's the nature of one of the themes I want to be discussing in my mentoring program. Cheers, have a great day.